wacha tusemezane dakika moja. Wacha tusemezane. Kenya saa hii mjinga ndiye ajui. Urubaro tuliwacha. Hatubebi maji na urubaro. Tuko na tap kwa manyumba zetu. Kawa hatuna, mulimaliza na economy ya Kenya. Musituletee urubaro. Tuleteeni economy. Irudi kahawa, majani, mulimaliza. Tunataka economy ya Kenya isimame. Nataka kumalizia leo. Mimi sio mwanasiasa. Mimi ni umbiri na umbiri ukweli wa siasa. Hii ujumbe ifikie watu wote ambao wanajua wako mlengo ya kumaliza watu wetu Kenya. Sababu tunajua ule mtu tu atatuweza tufike mahali tulikuwa. Nobody else than Kalonzo Musyoka. Wacheni kumaliza. Ile kitu nataka leo tuseme. Na wacheni tusemezane vizuri sana. Muliona Kalonzo wakati alikuwa vice president. Mumeshuhudia kuona. Hakufuata, hakurudi nyuma. Kuchukua watoto wa Kibaki kuanza siasa kabla hajamaliza kazi. Hatuwezi kufurahia mtu aliacha siasa 2017 akaanza Uhuru akiteseka na watoto, akiteseka na kazi, alafu anakuja kusema kuna urubaro tutachukua. Sasa nitakwambia leo. Nikiona baba hapa, naona mambo ni sawa. Nikiona baba, nataka kusema, najua baba, neno yako moja ni Kalonzo tosha, na story tumalizie hapa na safari tuende. Ukisema hivyo baba, uchaguzi umeisha. Ukisema Kalonzo tosha, na mbarikiwe.
Asante sana. Dear delegates, sasa ningependa kumkaribisha mwenyekiti wa chama na deputy party leader na secretary general wa chama, kwa sababu kazi yangu imeisha, ili wamzindue kiongozi flag bearer wa chama cha Wiper, alafu kutoka pale ndio atatuitia wale viongozi wengine. Mimi nimefika hapo. Mungu awabariki. Asanteni sana kwa kuwa watulivu na kwa kupiga shangwe na vigelegele. Thank you very much.
Just give us stuff. Just
Fanya vipi? Acheza naye.
Our presidential candidate, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, we are now unveiling the spirit. Kalonzo Musyoka. Naomba msimame ili yaliyoanzwa hapa yaendelee.
Delegates from the National Delegates Congress at the Wiper Democratic Movement.
Presidential candidate.
Are you ready? The presidential candidate from the Wiper Democratic Movement, His Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
Everything you put your hand go walk. You never open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen.
integrity, credibility, intelligence, the peacemaker, the economy for 24 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, our presidential candidate! Kalonzo Musyoka, man of substance, man of peace. Our hands, his hands are safe. Our country is safe in his hands. Kalonzo Musyoka, Makofi. Somebody gotta get one day you go on to Kenya. One day you go Kenya. Good to school and the peace that knows how to build and develop 24 hours. You stop good boss. Everything you put your hand. His Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
Wow. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu tusaliameni, tusalimianini. Asanteni. Ndugu Waislamu, assalamu alaikum. Basi. Kweli. Thank you. I think we were to do the national anthem. I'm advised. If they are ready, if they are not, we get on. Thank you.
Basi naomba zote tusimame ili tupate wimbo wa taifa. Wapi makofi mazuri?
Ndugu wenzangu, viongozi wa wanachama tofauti katika nchi yetu, ndugu Raila Amolo Odinga wa ODM, ndugu Gideon Moi wa KANU, ndugu Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi ANC, ndugu Cyrus Jirongo United Party, ndugu Eta Ford Kenya. I don't know whether our sister mother managed to come on behalf of the Mount Kenya Unity Forum na wengine viongozi, ndugu viongozi wa makanisa mbalimbali, and we are so grateful to God that you actually honored our invitation. I want to ask that the clergy, please, including the senior ones, stand yet again in recognition of God's grace and wonderful mercies today. We need to give them a big clap. Their presence here does debunk a myth that the church can be compromised. We thank God for each one of you. Tafadhalini muketi. I would also want to take this time on my own behalf and on behalf of my family to thank you, because I know a lot of you have been praying for my wife, Pauline. Pauline, as you know, has been indisposed, but I know that a miracle is around the corner. A lot of you have been praying with us, and that's why today I'm joined by two young men, members of my clan. On the left and the right was Kevin. They seem to have quickly disappeared from the scene. Kevin Mwasia. Kevin is our second born after Kennedy, who is attending a session in Arusha, as a member of Yala. And then Klein Mairo. We are named after the same man. My grandfather was a great fan of mine, so I decided to name our third born after him. So we are named after the same person. Klein, thank you. And Damari, last born, is out in the UK. I should have loved to be here. But above all, their mother, Pauline, is watching. And I want you to know, Pauline, you are very well represented. And God is with us. Kwa hivyo, now you can sit. Ndugu mwenyekiti Balozi Ali Chirao and fellow delegates of Wiper Democratic Movement. Naomba ni washukuru sana, lakini kabla yao ni kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa wema wake. For this far, He has truly brought us. Wow, what a show. I think we need to clap for each one of you. I also want to thank our international friends who have come, and members from the diplomatic corps who have also been. For the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in August, indeed August the 9th, 2022, general election. I'm very proud of my party. I'm very proud to be a party leader of this party, which has now come of age, the Wiper Democratic Movement. This afternoon, you have shown every Kenyan a party that is at heart Kenyan in spirit and truth. You have demonstrated the values and ethos of collective responsibility and inclusivity and of our party, our affairs. Our party surely lives and breathes the words of our national anthem, service be our earnest endeavor. Fellow countrymen, as president, and here I go, I will unify this country. And I mean unify this country. My life, my strength, and service has always been dedicated towards ensuring that we have a better tomorrow than today by uniting our people with a spirit of undugu. You all know I call my brothers. Let us build this our nation together. Divided, we lose our great potential in growing Kenya to be an economic hub in East and Central Africa and a beacon of hope for many around the world that look up to this wonderful nation for leadership. As a people, we must be ready to defend the heart and the soul of this nation, guided by the rule of law. Every Kenyan has a right to freedom of movement and expression within the confines of our Constitution. No citizen should have their rights abused by law enforcement agencies that seek to take power into their own hands. Rest assured that a Kalonzo presidency will enable people to freely thrive and prosper and be proud to be Kenyan. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens, today, more Kenyans are going hungry, with hardly anything to eat. Many Kenyans struggle to barely earn 200 shillings a day to feed themselves and their families. The unemployment rate has peaked at one of the highest points, beyond 6.6%. In fact, sometimes I believe it is not even quantifiable. To talk about unemployment in our country. Theft of public funds and corruption has become the order of the day. It pains my heart, ladies and gentlemen, sincerely, to see Kenya in this sad state of affairs. Our nation is impoverished because of extremely burdensome debts triggered by overzealous corruption, the likes of which we have never seen before. As a result, our youth have lost confidence in their government and hope in the future. Thieves, I repeat, thieves are brazenly running around the country, masquerading as saviors, while crucifying our children's future at the altar of corruption. Fellow Kenyans, when I was vice president, I said I would do a bit of chest thumping today, and please forgive me. When I was vice president under President Mwai Kibaki, the nation underwent a period of tremendous growth and transformation. Jobs were created at an unprecedented rate with accompanying levels of record economic growth. Indeed, those were the days when there was plenty within our borders. Our Vision 2030 was inspired by the successful implementation of the Economic Recovery Plan for Employment and Wealth Creation, which formed the economic blueprint of the National Rainbow Coalition NAC government. This was when we transformed a paltry 1% growth rate in 2002 to an impressive 7% growth rate within just 5 years. It was, ladies and gentlemen, during this period that our government initiated the free compulsory primary education program, and every child was afforded the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to go to school. This program was acclaimed worldwide for its forward-thinking vision of inclusivity. Remember Mzee Marube, at 84, he went to primary 1. Now, and indeed, to retrace our path to prosperity with a leadership that we can believe in, and a clergy that we can trust, and a police service that is really committed to serve diligently. A Kenya that is finally ready for an economic and political takeoff. Hakika, tutaweza. Ladies, thereby easing the burden of school fees on struggling parents who cannot make their ends meet. Achieving Vision 2030 will make one of our proudest moments as Kenyans. As your President, ladies and gentlemen, I pledge to restore faith in government on all its institutions. I stand here today to affirm that I will not rest until all the corrupt are in jail and their ill-gotten loot is back in our coffers. As a president who seeks to serve his people, I will work for you, not you working for me. Believe me when I tell you, and I emphasize, having been fully tried and tested regarding corruption, that in a Kalonzo government there will be no room for corruption and the thieves will have no place to hide. They surely will try to run. Friends, whilst we face many challenges, not all hope is lost. Our country is at a crossroads, and a wrong decision at the ballot will deny our future generations peace and prosperity. Beware of politicians who give cash and empty promises, for there is no such promise: stadia, free laptops, sufficient water, even in the villages. In fact, some of them go to the extent of promising you showers in the grass-thatched houses. And how many times have you been promised? Instead, you have been robbed blind of your taxes by accomplished thieves. And now you are deceived into believing a falsely painted way out, anchored on lies and theft. Kenyans, you must be experienced as MP and oozing with experience. Does that sound biblical, ladies and gentlemen? I do hope that we can actually propel this country to greater heights. Fellow countrymen, allow me therefore to project my proposition for the future to you. As a Wiper Democratic Movement leader, let me speak about sustainable economic models that everyone can relate to. We have practical plans to restore our economy to greater levels than was witnessed under the leadership of President Mwai Kibaki and myself. Over 8 years ago, we almost achieved double-digit growth with Vision 2030, with the year 2010 marking a high 4%. I'm sure Prime Minister Raila Odinga will agree with me. Vision 2030 envisages that a 24-hour economy will constitute a main pillar to propel economic growth. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, our 24-hour economy model is in line with our Vision 2030, a 24-hour plan with 3 shifts of 8 hours each is an additional 16 hours to a conventional working day. This would definitely create millions of jobs for unemployed, and people will be able to feed their families and put food on the table. Investments in amenities such as transport, infrastructure, energy, security, and water service provision will be direct beneficiaries of the 24-hour economic mobility growth due to lower cost of production. More importantly, a 24-hour economy will empower a greater number of Kenyans with enhanced purchasing power that will raise consumption, given that they will now earn weekly or bi-weekly salaries in addition to the current monthly pay. Money circulation is everything. Circulation of the currency will inevitably grow, thereby expanding the financial markets. Fellow Kenyans, for us to become a middle-income nation with the realization of our Vision 2030, we must engage our partners abroad through financial concessions and loans. We will therefore build on